welcome, Memory Monday number 5 already, and back at the same time as always here today. No guest. Next week we have Nasser Ali here from Saudi Arabia, and today I'm diving into something completely different, but it's really worth it. I tried a lot of AI stuff lately, and I want to show you how that helps me creating memory stuff, memory training material, and so on. So that's something I would like to do today. But before that, I have the feeling I'd like to do, this is already this one I didn't want to show you right now, but later. Want to do one training session, just numbers, just quick, no thinking, no doing something different, but doing just one memory numbers training session here. And yeah, let's go. Let's see how many digits I can do in as fast this time as always. So let's start it, and then let's go. Okay, first session. Actually, I should compete, because then people see that I'm here and then they will be remembered that I'm doing Memory Monday. Anyway, just go with that training attempt here. Sorry, I have to start over again. My head was thinking about everything, but not about the attempt. So let's go again. 80 digits as fast as possible. The grab. I'm pretty sure the grab is grab. The other way around, the grab is grab. Let's see what else is okay. Oh, and the grab was really like doing nothing here in the grab, which is stupid, but happens from time to time. Not too bad. Forgot that one. Yeah, I didn't even memorize that. I was just like going through and not thinking in this moment. I was just saying it to myself without doing anything else, and without really saying it to myself as good as I would have to. Anyway, 18 seconds, not too bad, but of course there's still a lot of room for improvement. Okay, nice attempt. And now something I'd like to mention. What I want to do in 2 weeks on August 9th is I am organizing a very small slam format tournament. I have not announced it yet, so it's the first time right now. And it's a format which I want to try in order to see if that kind of format might be something for the future, maybe of the World Tour, maybe for something else. And it's supposed to be a Memory League tournament in kind of slam format, but with actually a bit different, which should go faster. And I show you a bit of what I have written down here. Yeah, let's take a look on that here. And I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, I mean, it's not about going through everything here, but in order to get an idea what's happening. So in 2 weeks on the Saturday, I'm going to organize this competition here, this format with 8 players. 5 have already said that they would do it, or that they would play. It's Simon, Reinhard, it's Nasser, it's Vishwa, Matteo, and who was number 5 actually? Simon, Vishwa, Matteo, Nasser, Don. And Don number 5. So 5 people already from the top 8, I think. Alex, maybe, let's see, maybe he has time. And then 2 more will play that tournament. And the idea is to fulfill a complete tournament within very short time. So, or actually shorter time than the usual slam format. And the idea is, or maybe if you don't know, the slam format works like that. You play a set of games, of Memory League games, and you usually play up to 4 games. And if it's 4-4, then there's a tiebreak. In this format, the idea is to just play up to 3 games. So you can win 3-2, for example. That's possible. And that means that one player would choose one more discipline than the other one. But the idea also is that the players or the choices are not reset after 6 games. No, after one set. The choices are reset after 12 games. That's the idea. So no matter if there is a new set coming up soon, so like the first set is over, they both have played 5 disciplines in total, then the choices are not reset here, but they will take over into the next set. That's the idea. So a cycle of 12 games will be played until the choices are reset. And the idea is that each match will be finished within 2 hours. So I hope we can finish 3 rounds within 6 hours, which would be cool, because that would make it possible to have a tournament, mini slam tournament style in 1 day and not in 2 days. That's the idea here. And the rest is more or less like, yeah, it's a bit about who chooses first, no tie break. And the tie break works kind of similar to what we have done in the regular season. A bit different, but yeah, you will see how that works. And yeah, so there's not such a huge difference, but the difference is already big enough to make, or that it makes sense to make a proper test of it. And yeah, you can pause the video if you want to read everything else here. And but I will explain that in detail when it comes to the competition. And yeah, as I said, the competition will take place in August 9th with maybe 8 of the best players in the world, which is really cool. And I'm really happy that so many players already said that they would like to do it. But for today, and that's what I want to do, is I would like to give you a bit of an idea what I am or how I use right now AI to create memory leak, or not memory leak, to create memory sports related, memory training related material tools, etc. And because yesterday I was figuring out that there is another option on ChatGPT, which is called the GPT Assistant, and it really blew my mind in the first place because I was not aware that this is already possible, and it was really really cool to see. A bit scary to be honest, but yeah, I will show you what I experienced yesterday, and you can just follow me here along the way. So this is the ChatGPT window here. I go with that. No, this here. Wait a second. Huh? I want to close the monitor. Ah, yeah. Okay. So what I did yesterday was, actually, what I wanted to do, and I talked about that earlier a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to learn all the area codes of the USA, and I was saying I will do that for next week and then show how I did it. And what I always face is that hi Saragon, by the way, that instead of really going for the memorization or anything like that, sometimes I force myself to say, no, just memorize it, don't build something or anything like that. But for this, I feel I would love to have a nice tutorial, a nice way how to do it, how to learn all the area codes for the United States. And yeah, and so I was playing around again with stuff. And my idea was that I would take a map of the United States and cut out all the different states. So I would have every state in a single file, and then yeah, use that to learn the area codes. And I was thinking of, okay, I can cut it out by myself, and I'm pretty sure that there are already tools that do that automatically. But what I wanted to explore is doing it with AI, with the ChatGPT assistant. What I did first was I was giving it just the link to that file, and it was it was a format. What was the format? It was not a PNG. It was a different kind of format, and it was ChatGPT was going crazy trying to convert this image format, AFIF, I think, into a PNG, and I stopped it after 6 minutes because it was not working properly. And then I thought, okay, just give it the image itself, not the link, and that worked pretty well. And that's what it did. So right now it's working like that ChatGPT is opening up a terminal when you say, I want to do that, and pause it here for a second. So it's in English, it's in German. Very often in the beginning, it just explains what it has to do. And then it's uploading the image by itself. So what it is doing here, and I think if you know that already, you are quite familiar already with that. But what it is doing here, it's creating a desktop, so like a virtual machine, and it's working on its own computer, on its own desktop. That means it can use different tools like browsing the internet, like creating using Python code, like the command lines, like using image creation software, anything. So anything what is free to download, it can use. So it is actually, you give it a task and then it starts working on it. And that was really mind-blowing for me because I didn't see that before. And here it always says what it's now doing and trying next. And at that point, it says it tries to, yeah, what does it actually do here? Let's see. Segmentation approach. I have to stop it here. Okay, what it's doing here, it's trying to find relevant information. And then I actually, and that's also one thing, I'm not a programming guy. I have no idea, and not know the idea, but I'm not really good in understanding things quickly here. And it looks like that it's trying to figure out some libraries, and it's now testing a strategy to get the different segments of the map. Because what I also wanted to have is all these different countries separated in and in the same size. So it's not like being it's not like having every image in its size, which in the size how it would relate to the other states, if that makes sense. But it's all the same size, like 500 pixel or 1000 pixel. Okay, and it's obviously getting some problems here. It's an error here, and it's funny, it's using German and English all over the place. It's using some kind of okay. So, and it's now starting Spanish here. Okay, and now it somehow cut all the images, and it's always saying, I will open now this one, this one, this one, and now it's calculating the squares, square meters. So no, how big is the shape? Okay, and now it's already creating all the 48 PNGs, and then it stopped, I think, at that point, and that was the first thing I'd like to see. So it says here, okay, I did that. I cut it out all the states, 48 states actually, because Hawaii is missing, and without Alaska. And then I could download the zip file, and it looked really cool in the first place. I show you that as well. Yeah, where is it? Where did I put it? Here. Okay, show you the monitor here. So what it did, and that was the first attempt, it was creating that. So I had like 50 files or 48 files for all these states, cut it out. And now I could work based on that, like going for shape recognition, for example. I give you an example here. This, for example, where is it? Pennsylvania, for example. This is Pennsylvania. For me, it looks a bit like a big bus, a double-decker bus. So I would try to memorize the area codes based on that double-decker bus. And I explained that already in another Memory Monday with Texas. So that's the idea and the goal. And I would like to have all these shapes to make it my life easier without doing it all by myself. And then it was like, okay, it's just saying state 20, state 19, state 18. And of course, I can figure out which is which. And I think it has also some mistakes here. But also there, for example, state 24 is not existing. So nothing exists here. It just didn't work. It took 8 minutes to cut that all. And then in the end, I have two missed here. And I have just a list of states, state 22, state 21, and so on. This is California. You can recognize that maybe from the shape. And usually it's also enough. But I wanted to see if ChatGPT is also capable of recreating that or recreating the files with a file name. So that was the next step here. I was asking, okay, please name all the states correctly, file name. So that was my prompt here. And then work for 38 minutes. I will go a bit forward, but I will also show you a lot of that here right now because it was really also interesting to see what's happening here. So it starts again its engine. Oh, here we go. And and first it is opening the files again, and it says, okay, based on the shape described, that's maybe Michigan, maybe Maine. That looks like this state. This looks like this state, and then it stumbles over state number 9. State number 9 was empty. So there was nothing inside, it was not there. And it seems to be an error. So it already recognized its own error from the first attempt. So we have all these square states, which will be a problem later. You will see that. And at some point it says also that we have two identical states. So it looks like that it created some mistakes in the first attempt, which it did. And now it's trying to, or now it's taking a deeper look, because right now it's not just about cutting all these states, but about naming them correctly. So it figures out, okay, that's Indiana, that's New Jersey, that's Colorado or Wyoming. So some states are quite similar. Maryland here, Delaware, and Virginia, and Kentucky. I'm not sure there was Kentucky, but yeah, so that's the first step. New Mexico, and I'm looking forward to, oh, let's wait a second. Well, let's move a bit forward here. So now I'm not sure, but it's like, now it's investigating the folder with all the images, and I think it's trying to figure out if there are enough images. And it says, okay, there are 49 images in the folder, but there are only 48 states in this case. And now it starts actually mapping again the names to the different states. Okay. And this is Michigan's upper side. That's also funny because it somehow made the mistake that it cutted Michigan into two parts and two files. And that, I think that was a problem. So you have like 48 states, but 49 images, because it cutted Michigan. Because Michigan there's a big sea between that, a big lake sea, and that was a problem. And now it discovers the second empty file. 24, state 24 was empty as well. And now, yeah, it's going through the other states. Let's go a bit quicker. Is it not possible to move forward? Ah, okay. And now it's trying to distinguish between all these very rectangular shapes, because some states are really like rectangular. It's analyzing the confusions, or trying to see if there are any confusions. Then it's Rhode Island, and it's going here on and on and on, because some of these maps look quite similar. And it's calculating the median. And now it started a segmentation mask. It's crazy. Okay, it needs 48 states. And now it's starting to check again. I'm checking, okay, it's right, it's correct. Okay, checking again. I'm moving forward here. Is it even possible to move forward here? I'm not sure. And it's saying every step, like, I recognize that this is this state, I recognize that this is this state. It's funny, like I don't know. I recognize that number 8 is this state. I recognize this is South Carolina. Okay, it seems just to recognize and confirm every state here. And it has kind of a problem with the smaller ones, I guess. Now it's going back to the rectangular states here. Colorado and Wyoming, are they so similar? I'm not sure. And now it's somehow calculating the area size. The English-German stuff is really crazy. I believe this is a border piece. Thin border piece. Okay, it's segmentating all these images, I think. Maybe I'm completely wrong. So if you see that on YouTube and you know what is going on here, or know it better than me and it's not difficult, then just let me know. Okay, it has its candidates for different shapes here. And there's always still the problem with the Michigan. If that Michigan has two parts here. It's going back to the browser. Actually, what I also did yesterday or 2 days ago was I was telling ChatGPT assistant here to create a memory leak account and play a match of a game of international names against a random user. I was a random user. It was really so it in order to create an account on Memory Leak, what you have to do is you have to have an email address, of course, and then you just register on Memory Leak, and it sends you an email to your email address, and you click on the link, and then you are registered. And it was first saying, I can't do it because I don't have any email address, I can't do that. And I said, try again, and then it tried again. At some point, it created an email account on some kind of open provider, created this Memory Leak account, and then logged in and played a game against me in international names. So I forwarded that a lot here, but yeah, that's how it worked so far. And then it spit out some new images here. And I was very curious after 38 minutes how that looked like. And for some reason it became black and white, black and gray, but this is how it looks like. And that was really cool. Let's check Michigan. Here's Michigan. Let's check that. You see it here. Michigan in two parts. I think it's not like this. Michigan, I think the upper part must move a bit, but it's quite impressive impressive already. And when I go because when I go back to the first states here, this was just the upper part of Michigan. But somehow it did it, and now I have 48 shapes for the different states. As I said, you can do that easily with. I'm pretty sure you can do that easily with another software, but I felt having that kind of a task to see how this assistant works was really cool. And now the next step was, I show you that. I would like to have the area codes printed on the maps. And it was asking me how the style looks. So I was giving it an email address here, not an email address, a web address. And it asked me what style I would like to have, the labels for the numbers, cities involved or not, and I said, okay, should I use the default layout? Okay. And it was what I was doing here. I was going away from the assistant mode, but just doing the regular thing. And so there was nothing special about it. It was just creating that. And that's not correct. So first of all, the area codes are not in the right place. The numbers are not correct. This is not 334 and 334. It looks quite nice, but it's wrong. And I was providing it with the real map here, and used that as a reference from the website again. And then it started to create another image. It looked like this. Again, I mean, it's getting closer here, 251, 334, like this here, but I felt the area codes are also still not nice enough. And I couldn't go back to the assistant mode here for some reason, so I had to go for a new chat. And I will also go a bit through that chat here because that also looked quite interesting. So what I said again, go to the website and search for the area codes. Then use the image I uploaded to sketch the areas, so like this. Label the numbers as well. Give me a 1000 times 1000 version, so pixel version, and downscale it to 64 to 64, because I want to have it on my, and I show you that on my, you see in the background here, on my back, it's now black, on my screen behind me. Because how cool would it be to have all 64 or all 48 or 50 states running in a loop on my pixel in the background, and I could easily learn it by just walking by here. So you see, I could just learn it again, but I'm trying to figure out just a very funny, sophisticated, enjoyable way to do it. So that was the goal, putting the state with the numbers, so the area numbers, on my Pixel 64 in my background. And then it said, okay, I understood. I will visit the website to research the area code distribution, then use the image you uploaded to sketch the areas. I will label the numbers, use different colors for each area, and provide both 1000, 1000. I'll begin the task right now. And yeah, I will. Let's watch that as well. So it's again repeating things here. Oh, no, that's already the end. Let's start from the beginning. So it starts opening the website in its virtual machine again. So starting the virtual machine, and then it's going to the website, but I think there was a problem. I'm not sure. Now it's reading the website, allareacodes.com. And then, I don't know, was not reachable. And maybe the HTML, the web address was not right. Let me check if no, that's the result. I will show you the result again then. Okay, and then it's coming across that website where I have to verify that you are a human. That's also funny, to be honest. It didn't even try to verify that it is a human. Very sad. And then it goes to Wikipedia, using Wikipedia to identify the Alabama area codes. Because we are right now talking about Alabama, I think I forgot to mention that. And it's back to map of the world, where it has to verify that it's... Actually, I would like to give it a trial. Finding the right button to verify that it's human. So then, Florian, it's ChatGPT. It's the assistant version, which opens a virtual machine and starts working in that virtual machine. As I said yesterday, I was telling it, please create a memory leak account, and it even opened up an email account first, then a memory leak account, then went back to the email account, received the email, and clicked on the email, and then in the end went back to memory leak and played a game of international names against me. That was crazy. So yeah, virtual machine, and so it has a browser, it has all different kind of programs which you can get for free online, and for example, also image creating images with some code, and then it built that. Okay, creating some images. I even tried to install GIMP on that, what didn't make any sense, but it was a bit funny. And as you can see, it's always running some kind of Python code. I mean, Florian, I'm pretty sure you are more familiar what's going on here. But I discovered it yesterday. I was mind blown, and so that I wanted to show that today. So let's see how it looks in the end. It's going back and forth. Yeah, and now it creates a 1000 times 1000 pixel version and the 6464. And then, yeah, it got that here. And I mean, it's nice, but it's wrong, right? So it's like, these are not the right areas. They are approximately okay, but it's not correct. The right areas are a bit more, it's not very detailed. It's not just not good. 64 times 64 was also here. And I was telling it, this is not very accurate. Go again using the pic as a reference. And then I linked to the pic I would like to use. And let's see if that was more accurate. Yeah, okay. This version was like this. It was a bit more accurate, but still not good. Look at this here, this area here. It was better. And then I was saying, no, still not good at all. Still not good at all. I feel that in 2 years ago, everyone was like, "Oh, ChatGPT, you did a great job, fantastic! Wow, this is just fantastic!" And now everyone is like, "Okay, this is wrong. Please do it again. It's not right. You're losing it." So yeah, I was saying, please use that as a reference. So I uploaded that as a reference, and then it started over again, and that it looks better. And let's take a look on this as well here. It took 11 minutes, so let's check that as well here again. And I'm not sure it's, yeah, I mean, Florian would be the right co-commentator today to take a look on this here, but this is really interesting. I will show you also something else which I tried in the last days, which was also really cool after that here. So it's trying to get the regions. It's always saying, okay, I did something wrong, so I have to redefine. Okay, it's going back to the image I gave it, which doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't have to go back to check it. And I'm not sure why it's always printing hello. if you look on the in the code, it's always saying like hello. And what I was also thinking is that it's kind of going crazy about it. It's like you give it a task, and task could end soon, or it could shortcut the task, but it's going crazy. If you would give it the task to make it really perfect, it would work for hours and days just to get this one single little small task done. Like with so much passion. I mean, it's not obviously no passion here, but it looks like you give it a task and it's trying to figure out the best way, even though it's just a map with area codes. And again, it's always English German here. I'm pretty sure that's my fault. And it's just for one state right now. And you see here, it's getting closer. And I mean, I have that already as the other image, but I wanted to recreate it and see how that works. Okay. And then, yeah, it was pretty nice, to be honest. That was the version it came up with. And that looks quite accurate. There was still the city names here somehow on it. I also created 64 times 64, and the 64 times 64 was not really good because it was not readable anymore. Then I told it, okay, there are some artifacts and so on. And I wanted to have a better resolution for the small numbers because I wanted to have it on my Pixel 64. And yeah, Florian, you're right. The art of prompting is also something that takes time to master. And this, I came up with it in the end here for the 1000 times 1000. And it was pretty accurate. It's really nice. All the numbers are good. So that's really cool. The smaller version was not that good, to be honest. And then I tried to get the smaller version done again. And yeah, that was my approach here with the assistant from ChatGPT. So if you would like to try it and you have I think you need an account, paid account. You go to tools and you have agent mode. You can use 40 times this agent mode. I used it 30 times already on random stuff like this. And I'm sure you can use it for better stuff. But it was really nice to get hands on it and to figure that out, how that works. And I mean, this here, I show you again, this here is all my states I got from it, the named, labeled file names for every state. And that looks pretty good. And it's correct. I mean, I tried to figure out if there's any mistake, but that's Alabama. Not the area codes on it, but from one map, it created these, and that was really pretty cool to have that. I mean, mentioned that a couple of times. You could easily do it differently with some graphic tool, but yeah, giving that task away was really cool. And yes, Wyoming and Colorado. I think it had a lot of trouble with Wyoming and Colorado, but in the end seemed to figure it out by calculating the actually area size. Now it looks very similar because it's scaled to the same size, but yeah, is it correct? I don't know. Funny. Anyway, and that was one thing I did. And the other thing on AI tools, what I tried yesterday or the last days was using Cursor, which is a quite interesting tool. I didn't know anything about it earlier, and I tried to create a software which simulates a high jump tracking tool. So you could potentially follow the high jump competition. And the idea behind that is I would like to create a high jump competition in terms of memory sports again. So like you would have 10 seconds and then you have to memorize like 10 seconds as the first height, 10 digits as the first height. Then if you pass that, you can go for 15 digits, you can go for 20 digits, 25, 30, and so on. And that would be a nice competition. We did that also on Memo Camp back in the days once. And I'd like to, I was curious if I could build something quickly here we're using Cursor here without real programming skills. I mean, as I say, I can read something of that, but I cannot build it. And what I did, that was what I did in 1 hour. This is what was the outcome of that. So high jump competition tracker, and I just stopped at one point. And I show you a bit of the functionality. So you would say player A, and you cannot press enter yet. That's interesting. So I put it here. So you have them on the left side, player B, and then player C as well. Go a bit like this. You can see everything. And player C. And now suppose they would play 10 seconds images, numbers, or words, could be anything. And the height is still centimeters, which doesn't make sense. But let's say it's 10 digits. First height is 10 digits. Click add height. Then second height is 15 digits. And third height is 20. And then last one maybe is 30 digits in 10 seconds, for example. And then what we would do is we would give the competitor, each competitor one by one, 10 seconds in that case. For example, they could do it on the training mode on Memory Leak. We could do screen shares and say, okay, in 10 seconds. And you could watch everyone one by one. The cool thing is it goes much quicker than it takes was watching a match or something like that. And it's just 10 seconds for each attempt. And then we would say, okay, player A starts with 10 digits, and then it would say, okay, he did it, so you get this circle, and you see on the left side it already updated that here, last clear 10, no, 0 fails. Player B has a bit of a problem, so it get an X here, and player C as well an X. Oh no, player C doesn't want to do the 10. 10 is just nothing, so it just skips that one. So now we have still, there was a bar wandering up here. I'm not sure, it's not working right now, that how many players did finish their round. So that's not working, but anyway. And then player B would finish that. Is it working when I go big? No, it's not. Okay. Anyway, so player had an X and then an O. So it's in second position. Player B is in second position because last clear was 10, but has one more fail. Then second round, I don't know, player A gets it right again. Player B needs 2 attempts. And player C is very arrogant, goes for skip it again. And it's updating live here, the ranking on the side. And I mean, if you're a programmer, you would potentially laugh about that here, but And then player A gets it, player B is now at his maximum and he fails. So he's turning red here, done. Now player C enters and he gets it right in the first place and jumps up here to second position. And then you do something like that. So it's just interesting. Now it's coming up with the 50%, 1 out of 2 competitors finished this round. Obviously, there's something not working out. But yeah, and I mean, the point is, I created that with almost very basic knowledge about programming just by asking the right questions or giving it some instructions here. And for example, now I feel that I would like to, let's see if I can do that. I drew A, B, C again. I would like to correct some things here. So 10 is the first height and 15 is the second, because I feel that it just recognizes this bar is just going up if it's the last round. So first round this, okay, it's nothing is going up. Okay, if it's the last round, then it's going up here. But I would like to have every round as a single one. Okay, so I go back to that guy and tell him, okay, the process bar, you can't see that, but it's not, I'm just writing stuff here. Okay, process bar is not correct. It updates only in the last round. Each round or each height should be considered as one closed round. Okay, let's see how that looks like. Okay, understood, and then it's starting off here. Okay. What do you think? What do you think is the world soon does not need any programmers more? I don't hope that. File is being edited by another chat. Okay, I accept that. No, okay. It's now again generating here. Perfected. Okay, let's see. Okay, you can review the changes here and so on. And now let's open it again. Refresh. I reset that. Go again, A, B, C, and do 5 and 10. Okay. Okay, let's go again. Gives an X, gives an O. Nice. 1 has finished 5 centimeters, gets an O, 2 has finished that, and then the last one goes here. Everyone has finished. Okay, it stops then. It's not going to 100, but in this case, it's done. And if I have an X, X, and nothing, it also considers the skipping as correctly as the round is over for that person. That's cool. Nice. Our jobs are very secure in the long run. I hope so, Florian. I hope so. Um, but that, I mean, it's cool that that people can do that now by their own to a specific degree, of course. I mean, the real stuff is far beyond reach, even if you're prompting it in a good way. But yeah, so that's what I created here with the high jump competition tracker. And that's another thing I would like to do, a high jump competition, maybe in the next couple of months. Yeah, doing exactly what I said right now. In 2 weeks or on August 9th, I would first go for the mini slam, which I mentioned. So there will be a mini slam between Nasser, Simon, Matteo, Vishwa, and who was number 5? Don. And then 3 others are joining, maybe Alex and 2 others. So it will be cool to test some new format, not like this, but a different kind of format. And yeah, I was like, wow, I'm really hyped. But this gives me the chance to create new stuff. And what I was always trying to create is kind of a race, memory sports races. I call it memory sports races. And that's really not, I did not do anything about it yet. So I will go live here. So if you want, stay with me, watch me doing that, or if you have something else to do, go with that. So let's go for a new file. New text file? Is it a text file? Okay, now let's close everything here. Okay. And you see here. Okay. I want to create something completely new. A new web application, a different type of tracker or tool, game or interface experience, a utility or product tool, something entirely else. A new web application, a new web application. But it's not the high jump tracker anymore. What type of... Okay, I will go with easy stuff like HTML, CSS, and so on. And I'd like to close the high jump. Okay. Okay, so the idea is races. In the long run, what I imagine is a competition where people, it's a bit like track and field. So people would memorize a string of numbers or words, an amount of words against each other. That's nothing new. But the idea or the background is that they would memorize it in portions. For example, you have like 10 times 10 digits. And so one block is 10 digits. What you would have to do is memorize 10 digits. And after that, you have to recall those 10 digits. If it's correct, you get the next 10 digits. And if there's a mistake, you could either have a penalty on the timing, or even better, maybe having an extra round of like 6 digits. So you have to memorize 6 extra digits, and then you go ahead. It's a bit like how do they call it, in the snow when they go shooting and then they try to hit the target, but if they fail hit the target, they have to go biathlon. Yeah, exactly. Is it an English name? But anyway, yeah. And why is it so, or why does it feel too different to me? Because for 2 reasons. First thing is, we can really, if it's blockwise, you can see, okay, this person is already 2 blocks deep, this person is 3 blocks deep, and so on. So you can track 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 50, 60, and so on. And you can even see if there's a penalty or anything like that. And it's like, and the next cool thing would be if the others could see how far have their opponents already progressed. So you can take a short look in the corner or something, you see, okay, the opponent is already there. So you could adapt your speed, going faster, you're going quicker. And it's biathlon in English, okay? This could be a short version. There could be a short version like 10 times 10 or 5 times 20. But then you could do also a middle length, like 5 times 100 or 10 times 100. And if you go crazy, you can go also for 10 times 1,000, like the ultra super mega brutal marathon. I'm not sure if anyone would follow that, but people even watch people doing a marathon. So that's really something I'd like to see. And you could go for solo mode and for competitive mode. So solo mode is you play for yourself, you have a best time, and so on. I can already see Simon and other competitors are putting a big white paper over the overview because they think it's distracting. Of course, maybe there's an option, of course, to remove that. But yeah, I think if it's just distracting, of course, you can give it away, or put it away. But maybe it makes sense to see it. So that's the idea, or the basic stuff, and you can do that for words, for numbers, for everything. And there was something else I wanted to say about it. Yeah, I call it races because it's racing against each other. Yeah, there's one thing. There are 2 modes. The recall. The recall is a bit interesting because you could say for 10 digits, you have like the recall time counts as well. So you put in the digits in the recall, and this time is, and then as soon as you click enter, the recall is done, and if it's everything correct, you go to the next block. That's one version, which includes a recall. That, for me personally, I don't like it so much because it includes typing speed. And I'm not so good at typing, and I will never be. So, but I see that option is this option is also something interesting or could be exciting. The other option is having a limited time or recall time for everyone. So like 10 seconds for 10 digits. And this time can be used completely, but it cannot be stopped. So it runs out 10 seconds. So the recall always 10 seconds. No one has an advantage during recall because of faster typing. I mean, especially in the last round, maybe then it's already decided if someone is in the lead. But on the other hand, it has to be also correct, everything. And imagine someone is like 5 seconds behind in total, and then the last block starts, and then both go for it, and the faster one has 1 digit wrong and has to go an extra round, something like that, and that takes a while. So that would be really interesting. So would there be actual breaks in between those bursts races? Breaks? I mean, not really. It's like 10 times 10 in a row. Or what do you mean? That's No real break. It's just 10, then recall, then the next 10, recall, the next 10, recall. Yeah. And yeah, of course, between sets, there could be a break and it could be 5 or whatever. And I should have, while I was explaining it, I should have, finish your sentence, man. I should have put it already into the software here, but let's summarize it again and dictate it. Okay. No, you cannot eat it. Okay, let's summarize. What we want to do is I'd like to have a tool which is supposed to be a race between different competitors who memorize numbers in the following way. At the first step, I would like to have 10 digits to memorize 10 times. That means that let's begin with solo training. So you, as a competitor, you can click a start button and then 10 digits are shown on the monitor. You have 10 seconds to memorize these 10 digits and then they disappear. No, that's wrong. Then you start memorizing it, and when you finish, you click enter, and the recall phase starts. So the competitor can now type in the 10 digits and has 10 seconds for that. We need a countdown timer for this. And the competitor is not able to stop the recall earlier, but has to use all the 10 seconds. When the 10 seconds are over, then the program checks if the input is correct. If everything is correct, then the next 10 digits block appear. The same procedure starts over again. In the end, the total memorizing time should appear on the screen. If there is one mistake or more mistakes in a round, then there should be an extra penalty round. This penalty round works like that. There's it shows a big sign, penalty round, and an extra round with 6 digits appears. In the same way for memorization, but for recall, the competitor can stop the recall time by himself. If everything is correct, then the next round starts. If something is wrong, another penalty round starts. And go for it. Okay, it's the worst prompt I have ever written. Example, yeah, that's also possible. You can have 10 seconds break. Yeah, I'm reading out loud. I was thinking about what you mentioned before, that you can see how the others are doing, because unless there is a short downtime, 10 seconds break, I don't think too many people would want to look at that, to not get distracted. That's a very fine, very nice idea. It's like having a 5 seconds, 10 seconds break. 5 seconds maybe is enough. Very short, but you can take a look. Okay, I'm 5 seconds behind, so I have to speed up. That's really cool, because then you can adapt your strategy Very nice idea. Thank you very much, Florian. That's one reason why I'm doing it here. Okay, let's prompt our guy here. I give it also HTML. No, not yet. Wait. HTML, CSS, etc. Okay, let's see what's happening. This is this program here. You mean this is Cursor? I think it's a brother of this French guy, Claude. I'm not sure. Cursor, the name. Or what do you mean? Yeah, and it's a free version actually. Text to speech. I'm sorry. Thank you. No, that's Word. It was just Word. Okay, waiting for approval. Yeah, you get the approval here. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Want to have it on a big screen here. Okay. Smaller size. Okay. It's definitely doing something. Unable to write memory assist trainer. Yeah, you cannot write it. That's okay. Yeah, okay, the location. Let's see if it's getting it. Can I put it over there? Anyways, let's see. I want to have it big. Okay. Flights, thank you. I'm programming like crazy. Okay, it's done. Let's see. Okay, so where is it stored? Okay, let's read something here. Okay, this is what I wanted. Start screen, blah blah blah. Okay, let's go for it. Where is it? Where is it? Here. No, that is where it's not in the correct location. Yeah, what's the location? On the desktop. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Memory erase. Memory erase. Really a bit excited. It's not here. Why not? Here. Da, 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 da! Sorry. Okay, this is a memory erase trainer I just programmed. Okay, memory is 10 digits, then recall them within 10 seconds. So complete 10 rounds to finish the training. Okay, yeah. Let's go. I'm not in the mood to memorize anything. Okay, okay. Anything, it's okay. Okay. Correct. Okay, it's starting to load. Okay, now I will make mistakes. Penalty round! Oh, it's already going. Okay, I think you can submit. Penalty round! Did I? Great. Okay. Can I push enter? Penalty round passed. Go! Is it counting now, the time? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. You could stop the recall. Okay. Okay, enter seems to be total time. It's up here, down here. Okay, I have the. Okay, I click on submit. I always have to take the mouse then. Penalty rock, yeah. I don't press enter now. Not sure if the total time is 20. I think the total time is not working correctly. 3. No, it's always 10 seconds. What? There was something wrong? I'm hyped. Training. Okay, yeah, of course. This is not correct somehow. You can start a new training. That's cool. That's really cool. I will definitely yeah, I will upload this also to YouTube as well, and I should do a short version of that. So let's see what everyone else. If you need to cheat. Yeah. I mean, this was like a 10 minutes thing, right? And that is really cool. And now I can work on that. And yeah, this is the prototype, exactly. Now you can start debugging and stuff, and just giving you an impression here. If you know what's going on here, so that's how it looks like. It's just one file, right? No saving or anything. How many as a noob, I would ask myself, how many lines? So like 500. Yeah, I think very basic. But yeah, nice. That's really cool. And now we could start. Okay, first thing what I want to correct is the timing. The time is the memorization time. The memorization time is not correctly calculated. Make sure that the time between showing the digits and hitting the start recall button is measured accurately and added up for each memorization round, including the penalty rounds, recall rounds do not count. Show the time using 2 decimals. Yeah, athletes, right? So let's see. Whoop. Okay, working on it. Now we're supposed to close it because it's trying to override it. But it's closed. Perfect, I have fixed it. Okay. Don't you need to click accept file after every prompt? Not anymore, because I accepted once. I think it's just a matter of write to your hard disk, to your hard drive. Okay, let's see how that looks like. Okay, it's I cannot press enter. That's not so cool. Make a mistake here. Penalty round. Okay, yeah, I have to enter. Okay. Yeah, and then you can of course like get a statistics for all the rounds. Average round here 4.06. Total memorization time. And you can analyze each round, things like that. And this is of course not only possible with numbers, but also with words. I think for testing I should not do 10 rounds each. But yeah, okay, yeah, easier to test, right? Actually, it's not really practicing because I'm not even using journeys here, locations here. But that's also something to mention. I feel that this kind of competition can adapt easily to more people. Because let's say you have 10 times 6 digits. It's possible for many, many people without any memory techniques. They could just play that with 6 digits and or 5 times 6 or whatever, and then go to 15 or to 10 or to 20, and then you might need some locations. So in the lower rounds, it's doable for everyone. And that's also something really cool. So next step would be like you can choose the amount of digits per round. That could be also possible to have different rounds with different amount of digits, something like that. But I mean, the basic stuff is already here, and that's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, yeah, cool. So the question is something more for now? I'm a bit tired already, but tricking myself into training is good. I mean, the next thing would be I will try that. Because memory athletes don't like digits on the screen like this. They want to have they want to move the digits like 3, hit the button, the arrow key, and then see the next 3, the next 3, the next 6, or whatever. And that's the thing I would like to try to implement now. Let's see how far I can go with that. And I would like to have the enter button each time when I finish memorization. Yeah. Okay, so let's do something here. That's my mini slam, which I do in 1.5 weeks on August the 9th, 6 hours format starting 2 p.m. On Memory Sports TV, including Nasser, Simon, Don, Vishwa, and Matteo already, and 3 more to confirm. So stay tuned for that. But I'd like to prompt something new here. So with the word. Okay. Okay, I go with the. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'd like to use enter and the cursor keys in the future. So for after I have memorized the digits, I hit enter and then the recall phase starts. I don't want to hit the button with the mouse. New line, new line. Also, I would like to implement the following function. The competitor can choose how many digits in each round appear, and he can also choose the number of rounds in the beginning. It's also possible that the competitor chooses how many of the digits in each round he wants to see at once. In example, if the competitor chooses 10 digits, he can also choose if he wants to see 2 digits at a time or 4 digits at a time, and then seeing the next digits of that block by hitting the cursor key. the competitor can choose between seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 at a time. So 6 options. In the end, when he has pressed the cursor button and reached the end of the digit string in this round, he can hit the cursor key twice quickly to end memorization for that round as well. Okay, that was a bit clumsy, but let's see how that looks like. Okay, my friend, go for it. The thing is also in previous versions, like when I did something like that with ChatGPT, I also always needed to check the code itself because it has mistakes here and there and small stuff, and I needed to check the code by myself a bit. Right now, I feel it's not necessary anymore. It's of course good if you know the code, but the prompting works pretty well. But let's see how that looks like and if that works out in the first place already. And of course, things like implementing a multiplayer option or playing it on a server, this is of course a different story. But yeah, already something here. It's cool. So let it finish this and then let's see how it looks like. I'm curious. I'm very curious. Come on, my friend. Give it to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. That looks good. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Number of rounds. Let's do 5 rounds. Let's do 12 digits. And let's do 6 at once. Yeah. Okay. 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 Did that right? Hey? Okay, it's obviously it's obviously eh? Okay, it counts the penalty rounds. It's also funny because I did everything wrong so far. because it just allows you 10 digits in recall. It's interesting. It's like, yeah, okay. It just allows 10 digits in the recall. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, it works. The functionality, start with enter. Okay, wait. I'm confused. Penalty round passed. Yeah, it's just 10. Okay, that's of course a problem. I mean, this is again something which I wouldn't dot, which is strange, isn't it? I mean, it's like, what kind of mistake is that? But everything else quite nice already. Okay, so let's fix that as well. And would be maybe also cool to have maybe a timer, like a 5 seconds timer before the next round starts. And this, then you could check the others in that time window. Okay, I will fix what I want to fix is the penalty round is not counting to the total rounds. And I'd also like to fix the 10 digits problem. Okay, two fixes. First thing is that the penalty round does not count towards the total rounds, but the memorization time for the penalty round counts towards the total time. Now, a new line. The second thing is that right now it's not possible to new line. Wait. Also, there seems to be something wrong with the recall, because when I did 12 digits for each round, it was only possible to put in 10 digits in the recall. So please align the memorization number of digits also with the recall number of digits. Chup, chup. Let's go. Thank you for deleting the advertisement here. Okay, last thing. And then I'm calling it a night. But it was fun. That was definitely fun. I was also fixing all my problems with my database grabbing tool with AI and the help of a human. And that human was very helpful. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's now working. Actually, I was going a bit crazy. I have more than 300 people now in the database, 330,000 games in total, because I wanted to have them all. I didn't find all of them, all of the competitors in the seasons, but a lot of them. And now I'm installing or started installing Apache Superset, building a dashboard, but I'm still not done with the embedding of the database. So, but that's the next thing. Okay. Okay, let's go and try that with a short one. Okay, let's do number of rounds, like 3 rounds is also fine. Let's do 9 digits. What happens if you do 9 digits and you see 6? And then let's go. Okay, 9 digits. Of course, I cannot test 10 with 9. Let's go back. Let's do 12 again. Let's see if it's possible to put in 10 or more. Okay, let's go. That looks good. Now I'm doing mistakes. Eh? I think it jumped around. Yeah, but 12, right? Penalty round. I didn't do anything. Okay, that's no. Eh? Okay. All is wrong. Why is the penalty round 12 digits long? Okay, you see, okay. I see. Okay, yeah, you see that is always fixing one thing, replacing it with something different. Okay, the penalty round is too long now. Okay. Okay, let's see. It's not finishing. Okay. Okay. Wow. Interesting stuff. 8 penalty rounds. Okay. I think I can keep on working on that next time, but that's maybe it's also adjustable for the admin to put in the penalty round or many digits. Okay, let's do that because I forget it. The penalty round digit length is always 6 digits and does not change with changing the memorization amount of digits each. Digits. Okay. It's a feature. Did it work? Yeah. Everything worked. Oh, what do you mean? Okay, let's see. Okay, it's checking. You're right. I need to fix it. Blah. I can see it correctly using. Let me check. It's saying it's everything cool. Everything looks correct. There's no hard-coded max length attribute. Yeah, and this is what takes long. You have a very nice first draft, first prototype, and then you start. Yeah, and then it starts like this. How it works now, main round 12 digits, recall 12. Penalty round 12 digits, recall 12 digits, not 6. If you set digits round to 15, main round memorize 15, penalty round memorize 15, recall 15. No, it did exactly the opposite. No. The opposite. No, not the opposite. No, wrong. The penalty round is always 6 digits. I think I was talking too much. You're absolutely right. Let me check the code more carefully. Okay, you're absolutely right. Let me check the code carefully. The issue is that the penalty round is still generating 6 digits instead of using the configured 9, 12. Actually, it's not, but okay. I let it finish, and then I see. It thinks that I was complaining that it's still doing 6. Okay. Now the debugging is in place, can you test the application, take the browser console? Yeah, what's being displayed? Okay. Okay, it also guides me through a debugging process here. Let's see. Yeah, anything. I don't press enter now because I don't want to disturb it. Yeah, it's 10 digits now. No, exactly. You did get me wrong. No, sorry. You did get me wrong. I want to have it 6 digits during penalty rounds. Always. Oh, let's see. Oh, I understand now. You want penalty rounds to always be 6 digits. Exactly. Okay, after that, it's done. Today. Okay. Main except okay. It looks good from what it tells me here. That's 3 rounds. 10 digits, 12 per round, 6 digits. That should be correct. Now, mistake. Okay. Yeah, it's still somehow counting the penalty round. Something is odd, but in general, I was really excited in the very first prototype, and now it starts getting work to be work. And now it makes sense to know a bit of coding, because then I could take a look into here where's the problem. Because what I also do sometimes here at that point is use a new chat, so it's forgetting everything and just provide it with the code and say there's something wrong. I don't want it like this. I want it like that, and then it's fixing it, because it's not based on the on what it has learned earlier in the conversation. But yeah, cool. I will definitely work on that. Nice. Nice. Hello, Dream. I'm already almost on my way. Thank you for joining. It was very interesting stuff here today. I was creating tools for memory sports using Cursor, very powerful AI tool. And what I created today was that. It's a training tool to have rounds of training, digits per round, and so on. And I just did that in the last. Actually, it provided the first very powerful and very good prototype within 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And now I'm starting to work on it, and it's really cool. It's working pretty good. 0. Oh, okay, I think I pressed put in 0. You know what I did. Wow, very impressive. 6 digits per round. And then you can go here and then you click, you put in numbers, and then you have the first round done and so on. Very cool. Yeah, so that was a very fun experiment today. All this AI stuff. I'm really dragged into AI now. I'm also a bit scared, to be honest, because it becomes more and more cool and powerful to use, especially all these. I mean, you can also install like software like an AI like Claude on your own system. You could say, I install it on my PC system, and then let it run on my system, doing stuff on my system. Like, I would like to please organize all my files which are before 2024 into that order, copy everything. It would do it. Or you could also say, please use all my tools I have on my computer and create an Excel sheet filled with images of pets you find online and things like that. And that's what it would do. But it would also have a high potential to just kill everything what is on your machine. So always run it in a virtual machine. That's my advice. Guys, thank you for that Memory Monday. It was a fun experience, even though it was really different. Not quite the same as an actual AI agent, but I do have a local AI chat running in a Docker container. Okay, yeah, cool. Florian, thank you for joining and sharing your thoughts and input here. That was really fun, and I will be there next week. Next week, Nasser Ali here as my guest. Let's see what we are going to do. And on August 9th, the mini slam tournament. Looking forward to that as well. And until then, don't forget, keep on memorizing.